All right, so today I'll be drawing Canadian Pacific CP Rail SD40-2 number 5796. SD40-2. And the first step, as always, is to draw a nice straight rail line. And at the size that I draw these, the length that I draw is 10 1/4 inches. And then the frame height is right between a half. It's right between 3/4 and an inch. And just like the rail line, you want the frame to be nice and straight. And as I've drawn several SD40-2s pointing in this direction on the you don't want to draw the cab all the way down because there's a little bit of a split, and it's basically 1 3/4 in there, and then you can draw the cab all the way down. It's right about 1 inch there, and it's 1.5 inches up. And it's a little bit less than 1 inch for the back porch. Again, that same 1.5 inches. Erase it a little bit. Kind of sense that line was coming down a little bit. Come down a little bit less than 1/4. Then 1/4 inch. And there's a step here that's right at 1/8 inch. I can kind of measure where the engine room doors and the radiator section go. There we go. And then the cab here, as I've said several times, it has a taper on these -2s right there. And then actually, why don't we, as I've said before, why don't we at least put the where the basic step goes. In the front and the back, so that we can put the nose in. Kind of goes about, this one actually has a snoot nose. Kind of a different variation of several of the Canadian Pacific SD40-2s. Union Pacific, and it actually has a light in its nose. There we go. Let's allow for the light. There's the light and the snoot nose. And the number board, and where the upper headlight would go, there's a bell. So why don't we put the bell in there? Okay. And then this battery box would go to about here. It goes to about here. And then to about there. Okay, there we go. Now we're about ready to start putting the engine room doors in the next video. Okay.